So today we're working on these kerosene heaters, and this gentleman has 4 of these, and he wants me to go through them and make sure they're all working. The tanks are all full of junk. So I got the tanks all rinsed out, and then I noticed that on 3 of them, I still have to take the covers off and get them clean on the inside. They're all full of sawdust and stuff. But I noticed on them that the gas caps are all falling in the opening here. There's only one of them where the cap is working. And so if you look on the cap, what's the difference between the cap that works and the ones that don't? Is there's a pin missing from the cap. So I see here, and these caps are not cheap. They're 10 to 25 bucks a piece, and they're just cheap plastic with a gasket, and then there's this pin is missing out of these holes. So I'm going to show you here how you can fix these for like 25 cents instead of going and paying 10 to 25 bucks a piece for these caps. And like I said, these 4 are all the same. I see that one of them has a different name on them, even though they're all the same. These are all Dyna Glos, and then this guy is a Mr. Heater, but they're exactly the same heater basically. They're all 50,000 BTU ones, and the flames are non-adjustable. They just have an on and off. Pretty simple operation. So I'll show you in a different video. I'll show you how I clean these, take the tops off, and I'll show you how to clean inside. And but for this video, I'm going to show you how to fix this cap instead of buying a new cap. It's pretty simple. So I'm going to take this over here, and I'll put you on a table here, and I'll show you how we'll fix this. So how I'm going to fix these is, since I have one cap that is still working, I'm going to use it as an example. So the cap that's still working had this pin in it, but even with this one cap that was working with this pin in it, the caps are all loose on the tank. So I replaced them with a roll pin. I'm going to replace their pin with this roll pin, which is a bit thicker than their pin, and that will make these way tighter on the gas tank. They actually feel like they're tightening up as you're screwing them into the gas tank, the fuel tank. So I'm going to set you up here on the tripod, and I'll show you how I do these. My pin was like a ½ inch longer than it's supposed to be for my assortment, so I cut it off, made sure it's not doesn't have any burr around the edge. I'm going to set you up over here, and I'll show you how I do these. In that way, for about a 25-cent O-ring, for about a 25-cent roll pin, you can fix this. Hopefully I don't knock you guys down here. So all you don't even need a vise. I guess a vise would work better, but I'm just using a hammer, and the edge of this work station here. So I'll put the first, when you initially start it, put the plastic, because it's not very thick plastic. Put the plastic down like this, give it a start. If you're using a roll pin, you want to turn the slot away from the part where it's, so I'm thinking that on top of the pin it's pressing against the inside of the gas tank. So I'm going to turn the slot to the bottom, like that. And then get it started through the top part of the plastic. Yeah. Sure. No. No, I'll drive. Yep. Okay, so you're gonna put it through the top part, and then you're gonna tap it all the way down. Tap it all the way down. Let it go past the edge of the table. Let it go past the edge. And then for the second part, you can use the edge again and tap it through. I'm just gonna center it. Just gonna center that part like that. How's that look? Does that look good? That'll work. So you're just trying to center it in here, and you turn the slot down because it's on the top of it where it presses against the fuel tank as you're tightening it in there.
And with the slot down, stuff can drain out.
Yes. So, got that done. And that's all there is to it. So when you go back and to trying to fit it, make sure that your pins are not too long. See, in mine, they were a smidge too long, and then they wouldn't go into opening of the gas tank. So I just ground it down with a small grinder, or you could use a hand file too, but I used a power grinder to grind them a bit shorter. Now, if you come over here, you can see how the pin is what goes into these slots here, and then when you put it in like that, just give it a quarter turn, it comes all nice and tight, and that's all there's to it. For about a 25-cent roll pin, you can fix this cover, and this cover is not cheap. I mean, it's not a high-end cover, and so the pins are falling out. So that's how you fix these. If you have one of these kerosene heaters where the cap is just all loose and wonky, chances are that the pin just fell out. And I'm sure that Dyna Glo makes a whole bunch of different brands for these. And I'm sure that on even the other models, they have an 80,000 BTU1 and 100,000. I'm sure that they're not using a different cap on different models. They're probably using the same cap on a lot of them. So I'll show you in another video. I'll show you how to clean the inside of these. But that's how you fix the fuel caps on these. Pretty simple. And that's all for this one.